What's up, guys? Second half of today's podcast. It is MMAOB Daily Podcast, Sunday, December 15th, 2024, 10 days from Christmas. We are going to be recapping, we just did the recap, I should say, of UFC Tampa. Now we're going to do some fight announcements. We're going to go to Marcel's page, pull it up. By the way, one comment from Antoine. Yeah, it was a good year. But Antoine, we're not doing the 2024 recap yet. That's next week. So
By the way, for the guy who commented in the last
Gary Clemens, that was his name. He jumped out at the wrong time, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, man. We were just finished. We're here again, but thanks for
He's
watching.
Like, what happened? Where'd you guys go? No, it wasn't on purpose, dude. We didn't see your message till after
we closed
I clicked. Yeah. So we're gonna go do some fight announcements, Marcel. We'll pull up your page here, dude. Bunch of fights got announced this week, actually. And I'm looking right now. I always miss a few, because there's always new fights being announced, and it looks like there was one this morning. Let's pull it up here. Pull it up right now. By the way, gotta give a shout out to our sponsor here, Bet105.eu, Marcel. There you go. Let's go pull it up. Marcel Dorf. Here's your page. Here's a fight. I just saw this right now. Oh, you broke it. Nice. Yeah. Oh, that was yesterday. I didn't see it. Tom Nolan and Slava Claus. All right, interesting fight. I mean, Slava, not sure what to think about the guy. I mean, he got fucking destroyed by Chase Hooper, and then he had a good fight with Thomas Yontop, right? That was a really good fight. Tom Nolan showed a lot of flaws in his fights, man, in the UFC. I don't think, looked great at all. I know he won the last fight against Dominic. No, he won his last fight. He beat Dominic Reyes' brother. He lost to Moda.
He won to Victor Martinez.
Oh, Victor Martinez. Yeah, but he got dropped in that fight, too. Dude, he got hurt in all of his fights. I'm telling you, man. Has he been knocked down in all of his fights? I think so, right?
Not against Bogdan Grad. He got there the knockout in the first round. So,
I mean the UFC fights. Let me pull it up. All three. Well, Alex Reyes didn't drop him, but I think he hurt him, right? Didn't Alex Reyes win the second round or something?
Yeah.
Anyways, I think Nolan probably favored, but it's another guy that I don't really trust.
I have a feeling Nolan didn't like me posting this because if you click on the picture, you see his tag is not there anymore. Only Slava's tag is there. So, I mean, interesting fight. I think, Slava got the win last time against James Jantop. And before that, had that draw fight of the night against Sadikov. He's a fun fighter.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Man. I forgot about that. But I thought he had the Chase Cooper fight. I'm forgetting about that.
Is that in between or before? I think it's before, right?
I think wasn't that this year at UFC St. Louis or something?
You should check.
That was this year, dude. That was in May. That was in between. The Sadikov fight was last year.
Okay,
so
my bad.
That was in between. No, it's okay. I was confused for a second. I'm like, wait.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see, because I think he looked so bad in that fight, but he did have a fucking war not too long after that. So we'll see. I mean, he could win this fight. It's an interesting fight. By the way, a couple comments. Tristan, glad to have you, man. Appreciate you being here, dude. Joe likes the fights. Me too. Pato, we got some good fights, man. Kuniev we'll talk about in a few minutes. They definitely like him at UFC, obviously. These guys are kind of splitting the fight. The Alex Reyes fight wasn't a good look, in my opinion. Blake, this is your guy, too, Tom Nolan. Big Slava Claus will be in the UFC in 2026. Dude, it's so hard to say, but if he loses this fight, I mean, it wouldn't look good for him. I'll say that. Nolan's chin is terrible. I mean, I imagine he'd be favored again, but by the way, here's your guy, Garrett. Garrett, you just missed us.
What's up, Garrett?
Gave you a shout out. He's saying, remember you from Sherdog. Is it from, like, were you on the message boards there, or?
No, I sometimes in the chat, and I did one show with Keith Schillen, I think 3 or 4 months ago. So probably
you filled in
there.
for what's his name?
For Ben Duffy.
Ben Duffy, yeah. Cool. All right. Fight has been announced is in the works as Waldo Cortez Thompson with Ryan Spann. Is that true?
Yeah, it's in the works, but
what card?
It's a Seattle one, I think, but it's not even one of
them. Yeah, I know that. I think we knew that Spann was moving up. Spann is huge. I remember I saw him. He fought Little Nog in Brazil, and I was at the airport with Aaron. We were taking the plane down. He was at the airport, was safe. Dude, he's like, and I'm a big guy, Marcel. He was bigger than me. I was like, holy shit, how does this guy make 205? So he's been doing that for years. The weight cut's probably brutal on Ryan Spann. I don't think Waldo's that great, but he's an okay heavyweight, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nolan might have to move to 170. You're right. Of course, like heavyweight. Oh yeah, and Kennedy as well, right? So Although I think Kennedy didn't he leave the gym? He went somewhere else.
I don't know where he is.
They said that.
Is it span with the Danny Barlow and the Brian Hall dude right now? Also,
he went to Tennessee. He went back home to Tennessee. Okay. Yeah. He fought middle. Well, yeah, he fought was it Brendan Allen at middleweight, right?
It's too long to go.
I
know he fought Trevin Giles, but
he fought in LFA. Is Chiesa going to try and make?
I think he wants to. He definitely wants to, man.
And Chase Hooper too, right? Guy we just mentioned. He'll be on that card, I'd imagine.
I think so. I think these guys who are from near in Seattle, they want to do jiu-jitsu, right?
What's the main event? Do we have a main event?
No, I don't think. Brandon Allen, Anthony Hernandez is 3 rounds.
That should be 5-round main event. I think that should be a 5-round main event personally, but
I wouldn't have minded.
I was just thinking Juliana Pena, but I think they're saving her for a pay-per-view co-main event, right?
Yeah. But
she's from there, obviously. This is the time for light heavyweights to move to heavyweight. The division's wide open to your first blood. You're probably not wrong about that. All right, let's go to the next fight.
To be fair, if Catlin Vieira won against Harrison and Catlin Vieira was fighting Pena for the title, maybe they would have done it. But with Kayla Harrison being probably the next in line, they're not going to put Kayla Harrison on a fight night, I think.
Fair enough. Tristan, he says he's considering tickets for UFC Seattle. Dude, don't even consider. Just get the tickets whenever they go on sale. Don't even think about this, Tristan. Just get the tickets. You'll probably regret not going.
That's a fun experience.
That's the best advice I can give to you, man. That's all I can say. You have to drive over the border, but it's not that far, Tristan. You 100% need to go, man. Trust me. It's going to be an amazing card watch, and then you're going to be like, fuck, I didn't go. I always feel that way. If I can go to these cards, you're going to go. Tristan,
for sure.
See? Listen to my advice. Father Adam here is going to help you and Uncle Marcel. Trying to help you, man. Put them in the right path. Predictions if we get either Volk or JDM for 312. I mean,
I say yes for JDM, but no about Volk probably. So
the Volk thing is interesting because he was at the press conference when they announced it, and I still think the fight with Diego Lopez makes sense. But especially if Ilya moves to 155, right? So although Dana's saying now they're not going to do that. All right, let's go to the other fights. This was official. We have talked about a little bit on here, but it wasn't official. Shara Bullett's fighting Michael Page. The odds are out for this. It's minus 130, Shara Bullett, plus 110, Michael Page. Again, I haven't thought about it enough. I feel like Shara Bullitt is the bigger. It's going to be the bigger guy. I'd have to look for sure what the stats are. But he is a true middleweight, whereas Michael Page has mostly been a welterweight. He's also a lot older, Michael Page. I don't know how good Shara Bullitt is, though. So I don't know. It's a weird one. What do you think?
I feel the same way, man. I feel like Shara Bullitt gets a lot of preferable matchmaking, with the strikers. He can strike again against MVP. I don't know, man. I mean, MVP, got to be honest, man. MVP is kind of weird with striking, but he's slick, And Shara is kind of wild sometimes, but he kicks hard, He kicks very hard. Really weird, odd fight, which I didn't thought about it until I heard that Page was moving to middleweight. Then it makes sense. I don't know yet.
Don't give a pick. We have 2 months to think about it, so don't worry about it. Who would I put against Chase Hooper? I didn't mind the Jim Miller fight. I think someone has suggested that. It makes sense to me. I don't mind it at all. Isn't Volk fighting Ilya? I mean, dude, you see everything we see in the Discord. That Ilya is considering moving to 55, and if that happens, he has to give up the belt, right? He can't be, right, Marcel?
Listen, if I'm Ilya, I stay at 145 unless you cannot make the weight anymore.
It's weird. Situation is very bizarre. But I mean, if he stays at 145, Volk is next, but I don't know. I mean, he's been talking about it now. It's not like this is a rumor. He actually is the one who said it himself. So. How do you guys think about Dana saying Jones and Aspinall biggest fight? I mean, he's trying to hype it up, clearly. It might be, though. It's up there. It's definitely up there. Michael says MVP's ready to let down England again. Sure, by decision. Again, I have to think about it more, but Michael Page has kind of been disappointing. I'll just say it. Throughout his whole career, in my opinion. Goes the distance. You think it goes the distance? You don't think there's a knockout? Page is very tricky. He's slick. As True likes to say, he'll probably fight like a weasel, right? Move backwards. It works in some cases. All right, here's the main event for the card. Israel Adesanya, Nassourdine Imavov. There are odds for this. I'll pull them up here. Minus 185, Adesanya, plus 154, Imavov. I mean, again, I have to think about this fight a bit more, but I mean, I feel like it's a pretty close fight. I don't know. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, I just see Israel is 2 days older than me. I didn't even know we were that close. I mean, I know a lot of people will say Imavov can use his wrestling. I still favor Izzy in this fight, man. It's a 5-rounder. I know Imavov has looked better as of lately, but man, listen, man, Izzy didn't look bad at all against Duplessis. I felt like, I was feeling like it was going his way until it wasn't going his way anymore. So I think Izzy's probably still the favorite here. I don't know what the odds are.
I literally just said the odds. It's minus 185. So yeah,
okay,
I mean he is favored. We do have the odds for some. Another sportsbook opened a bunch of the odds up for like upcoming fights. By the way, I'm looking at the scorecards for that fight, Izzy and Duplessis, because I think I had it 2-1 Izzy. Yeah. Two of the judges had it 2-1 Duplessis, and one had it 2-1 Izzy. I remember being very close though.
Was very close, yeah.
And even before the stoppage, like the submission, he was looking pretty good. I have to think about this one a little bit more, guys, because for me, Izzy's kind of on the decline. I mean, clearly, I wouldn't say kind of, he definitely is. But again, Imavov, I'm not completely sold. I think the fight with Brendan Allen was just not good by either guy. I did think he looked good against Jared Cannonier, though. So again, Jared is what's it called, 41 or something, and now he's fighting RoboCop. So
yeah, Obama,
which I think we're actually going to talk about here in a second. I think. Here's the other fight: Blaydes and Kuniev. It's a 3-round fight, guys. It's not a main event. I know some people were saying that it's not. The UFC is looking for contenders clearly at heavyweight. I don't think this fight makes sense personally. I'll say that right now. A guy who has no fights in the UFC should not be fighting the number 3 ranked guy. I don't like it. I don't think it's fair that this dude gets to skip the line. I think it's because his manager is Ali Abdulaziz. He gets to skip the line, and I'm picking Curtis Blaydes. I mean, I'm just going to say that right now. I think Blaydes will beat him. So, do you have any thoughts about it?
I'm also leaning Blaydes, man. I've seen Kuniev fight before. I haven't been impressed, and the time I was a little bit impressed. He was on some candy he shouldn't have eaten. So against Renan Ferreira, which been overturned to no contest. So
yeah, he's on steroids.
I'm also here with Blaydes. I'm going Blaydes. If you should compare his picture from PFL, and this one.
He looks like way fatter now, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't look in shape in this picture. I mean, quite frankly. I mean, I'm not either, but he doesn't look like it. Yeah, what do you guys think they seen Kuniev? I mean, first off, like you said, his manager is Ali. So Ali gets big fights for his guys. Second off, they are looking for contenders. They need new contenders. But I just think there's other guys like Mick Parkin. Don't get me wrong, Mick is not great. Mick has 4 wins in the UFC. Like, that would have made more sense to me. I guess they think that Rizvan could beat him. I just don't. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. I saw Rosenstrike. James interviewed him. I saw that.
Yeah, but let's be honest, man. This is the same like when Misha Tate was to the people I told you guys Pena was going to beat Nunes. Yeah, of course.
You're always going to say that about your partner. You're not going to say this guy's not that good. I know.
Yeah.
If there's someone like Anatoly Malkin game Blaydes, Malkin looked like shit in his last fight against Rug. He looked like shit. I don't think that guy's good at all. Also, Marcel, I'm not convinced he's not, with the special candy either. Marcel down over there in one. Malkin.
Oh, Malkin.
Yeah. I think they're handing Blaydes a free one. I don't know if it's free, but I think he should be the favorite here, clearly. We don't have odds. It's not official yet, right? This isn't? Yeah, no. But Jairzinho spilled the beans, I guess. Although, I wonder if Jairzinho's with Danny, or who's he with?
Jairzinho is with for first round.
First round. So I wonder if Ali was pissed that Biggie Boy spilled the beans. Wow, what a terrible fight here. Walter Walker and Dontel Mace. I don't have any thoughts on this fight.
I had to laugh with somebody saying, when somebody is called a clean monster, I'm actually thinking he's doing roids. Somebody said that in the comments. I don't know who. I think it's the second comment from...
I saw it. I just read it. I don't... Okay. This fight is awful. I think it's so bad. What do you think?
I think Mace is very lucky still in the UFC, man. He got lucky so much against Caio Machado, I felt like.
Yeah.
And actually...
He got cut, right? He got cut,
yeah,
didn't he?
Yeah. And actually, Arlovsky made him look good with the knockout, man. I was so surprised that it happened.
Yeah.
And Walter Walker had like a mediocre debut against Lucas Dresky. He lost that one. And then he got the good win over Junior Tafa where he got slapped after the fight. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Poirier
gets a fun fight. Dana said Poirier, they're talking about a fight with him. Do you have any idea who that is, by the way? I didn't bring it up.
I have no idea, dude. I really have no idea.
They're going to bring back Nate Diaz. He's going to fight him. Watch. Just watch. What bright heavyweight prospect do you think makes his debut? I don't follow prospects enough. I'd have to see whoever's on contender. Do you have anyone?
Ooh.
Any
Prospect.
heavyweight prospect that's coming up on the come up. I guess that Talashin Teixeira guy, maybe that guy who's like 6'9".
I mean, Austin Bashi. He's interesting.
No, he's in heavyweight prospect.
Oh, heavyweight prospect.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I know, right? There's not many, dude.
I don't know, man.
By the way, did they sign Austin Lane again, or is he not under contract anymore?
Do you mean Carl Williams?
No,
I think Austin Lane is still under contract as far as I know.
He is. Oh, he is. I thought his
he won his last.
But I think his contract is up, and I wasn't.
Oh,
sure
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
then.
no worries. Banger, I can read the sarcasm through your message here, my friend. Heavyweight's not good, dude. There's not many prospects. I mean, there's probably someone, like I said, the Talashin Teixeira guy stands out to me. He's fighting Justin Tafa. Not an easy fight, by the way, but heavyweight's just, it's awful. Nate Diaz and Jake Paul rematch, I guess. I mean, it's a joke. Walter looked in shape against Tafa. Yeah, he did. That was a nice heel hook. They re-signed Tafa's not Romanov. Because they're in bangers, but they're not good. All right, let's go to the next fight. Rastan. Oh, here he is, Marcel. Finally, this guy gets a fight. I missed this, by the way. Rafael Esteban against Jesus Aguilar. Yeah, fun fight, I think. But I've been waiting for this guy to fight again because he beat Charles Johnson in his debut and then didn't fight for like a year and a half, right?
Yeah, I was surprised that the fight is not in Mexico. You know, it's like 2 weeks later. Yeah, fun fight. It's like top 20, I would say. You know, Aguilar has looked really good in his last 3 fights. He won all 3. He only lost his debut against Tatsuro Taira.
Yep.
And Rafael Esteban, he just got by Charles Johnson. I think he missed weight for that fight, right? But he won the fight and he's still undefeated. Yeah, that's a fun fight. You know,
he missed weight against Johnson. He did.
Yeah,
right?
I think he did.
Yeah. I mean, I think he'll be favored, honestly. I like Jesus, though. We picked him as a dog a few times on this podcast, Marcel. Jesus.
That's true. We picked him against Stuart Nickel last time, right?
Yeah, he's a dog and he shouldn't have been. I missed this one, too. I missed a bunch of your fights. I guess I have other things going on. I just missed all these. Andre Lima against Daniel Barres. Fun fight. I think Lima should be favored.
Yeah, let's hope Bisping is not on the call for this one.
It's the guy that he got bit, right? This is the guy? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hope we don't have Bisping on the call for this one.
How do you pronounce it properly?
Barres. He's gonna Barres the whole damn time.
He's another Spanish guy. He should be.
Yeah.
Is he actually born in Spain though, or is he born?
I think he
else?
is. He's from Spain.
I forgot about him yesterday when I said who should fight in that card. I think he is born in Spain. Yeah, Wikipedia doesn't have him listed because I looked at yesterday. They only have Alvarez and Topuria. Oh, you know what? They have him and Alvarez. They don't have Topuria listed as Spanish. That's
probably
why.
Georgian.
Yes, they do. That's what it was because there was only 2 guys. I think it's him and Alvarez. Not. Yeah. All right. The guy that bit Lima's fighting in Octagon. Really? They signed him. What's the kid's name again?
Safarino.
Guy's talented, man. I don't blame him for cutting him. I mean, they had to, right? But
I think a fine would have been good. But
that fight was good until that guy bit him. Who Bellator fighters think UFC's going to pick up? I mean, those guys, Pitbull and Mitch, would be nice, but we'll see. I mean, the thing is with these Bellator guys, and this came out recently. Juan Archuleta did an interview with Yahoo, and he said that.
Excuse me?
Juan Archuleta did an interview with Yahoo Sports, and he said that, and this is something we knew a little bit. Scott Coker signed all those guys from Bellator to huge contracts before the sale of PFL. And it's backfired big time because they're not getting fights now. And they actually released Gegard Mousasi, and Patchy Mix has not fought in a few months now and doesn't have a fight coming up. Pitbull hasn't fought in almost a year. I think it backfired, dude. I don't think it worked out well at all, and they don't want to pay these guys now. They're making guys. It's not like they're getting 20 and 20 or 50 and 50 or even 100 and 100. These guys are making like high 6 figures, 7 figures. Some of these guys from Bellator. Yeah. I'm not saying they don't deserve it. I'm actually really happy when I see a fighter get paid well because most fighters don't make much money, right? Mm-hmm. But like, if you're the UFC, why would you sign, like, for instance, Corey Anderson? He wants out, I think, too. Would you give Corey Anderson $800,000 to fight in the UFC again? Probably not. He might get 100 and 100 or something, right? Yeah. He's a pretty good fighter, but would you give Pitbull, who's 38 years old, $800,000?
No.
Would you give Aaron Pico $800,000?
No.
Would you give AJ McKee $1 million? I'm just saying from a UFC perspective, if these guys come over, I don't think they're going to get anything close to what they were getting. Mm-hmm. The only guy I think that maybe gets a huge deal is Patchy Mix because he's in his prime and he's like ridiculously good. But even him, it's like he did lose to Warner not that long ago.
They also should take Magomedov.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I thought he lost that fight too. To be honest with you, but he does. He's with Tatiana. UFC obviously loves her, so they'd probably bring him in if he gets released. But
good package deal.
yeah, they might. They got to figure out some sort of trade. Bring Dakota over too, because who's Dakota going to fight? Liz Carmouche? No one cares. They got to figure out some sort of package deal.
What's her nickname from Dakota again?
Dakota, her nickname?
Is it Dangerous or something?
I think so.
Because somebody said last time in the comments to me, all these girls will lose to Triple D.
Yeah, it's Dangerous Dakota or something.
I was like, who's Triple D?
She's good. Don't get me wrong. She looked amazing in that tournament, but I just don't think there's much, competition left for her in PFL. It even looks like the NBA player DeJounte Murray a little bit. Yeah, used to play for the Hawks.
You got that guy, that Rudy Gobert, that French basketball player. He looks like Bruno Silva, the middleweight.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's like how many Bruno Silvas are in the UFC? 2 or 3? I can't remember. Two. The bandweight and the middleweight. Is Gamrot versus Fiziev in the works for Saudi Arabia? Yes. Is it confirmed?
Yeah, I've heard this, but Gamrot is denying it on the socials.
Really?
So I don't know. Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Makayev won, right? Yesterday?
Yeah. Quick submission. I think it was. Listen, I always have trouble. Dars or Anaconda within 2 minutes.
Is there any way they would bring him back to the UFC and give him a title shot? Is there any way Dana and him could mend their...
They should definitely bring him back. If they should give him a title shot, that's a second. But they definitely should bring him back, in my opinion.
I think he gives Pantoja a tough fight, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
He might beat Pantoja, guys. It's possible. He matches up well. I mean, Pantoja's amazing, though, I think. Dana said 2025, some Bellator guys. They want them to. But again, Tristan, like, from a business perspective, like, they won't get the same amount of money. That's all I'm saying. Like, I think, people are like, oh, Pitbull's 38. Dana won't want him. Maybe. But I also think that Pitbull could beat guys in the UFC. I know Dana's liked him for a long time, too. That he respects him. So, Severino said, his last podcast, he had a question. Where's Yanez go? Yanez, I should say. I mean, probably he fights another unranked bantamweight. I don't think he's, he's kind of just like a gatekeeper at this point to the top 15. How do you guys think about GFL? I mean, it's interesting, but I'll tell you, Antoine, and I know you feel similar to Marcel. We've both been around the sport for a long time, and how many promotions have you seen come and go? So many.
It reminds me of the IFL.
I was thinking the same thing, and that didn't last very long. I hope these guys, live up to their hype and pay these guys money, but not sure, guys. Okay, last week was $3 million. Can't pay dudes $1 million. Yeah, I mean, that's true, but you're also forgetting about all the TV revenue they make. The UFC's making so much money, dude. They're making a ridiculous amount of money. But I agree, that it can't be paying like an AJ McKee $1 million, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not saying he's not worth it because I think these guys should get paid well. But the UFC is a different. That's actually why the UFC is so successful too, Marcel, because they don't break the budget. They have guys, win and show. Bellator, well, not PFL necessarily, but Bellator, Marcel, all those guys went there, like Ryan Bader, Corey Anderson, all those guys, remember when they left the UFC? Flat rate, no win bonus.
Yeah.
Dana hates that shit. I'll tell you that. I love it. I think they should get rid of the win bonus, personally.
Me too.
Or get rid of it, yeah, but Dana loves it because you know what, Marcel? It makes the fighters hungry and desperate. It does look like Rudy. There you go, Marcel. If I had a chance to sign one guy from organization, I'd sign Shamil. Besides, he's good. He'd be top 10 right now, I think, Shamil. Would you agree?
Yeah, he's really good, man.
Him and Buckley would be a fun fight.
Yeah. I told you when he signed with PFL already, man, this guy is really good,
You did call it. You called it. You don't think someone will go for the UFC brand? Maybe, but again, Tristan, here's the thing. Yes, and also because they aren't getting fights. They aren't getting fights, like they're just sitting the sidelines. Yeah, I mean, listen, I really like Drake Riggs. I'll give him Drake's a guy I used to work with, Marcel. Yeah. He made a comment that said, like, this is a big brain move by Scott Coker. I'm not sure, dude. I got to be honest. Maybe Scott had, good intentions when he signed these guys to the contracts, but in hindsight, Marcel, they're not giving the guy, they're not honoring the contracts. Yeah. So I get what Drake was saying, but also, like, and I only bring it because I respect Drake, right? And I used to work with him at BJ Penn. I just think, like,
what did you say?
So Drake just wrote something, like, he responded to Ben's story where he just said, like, this is a big brain move by Scott Coker, like, to sign all those guys to huge contracts. I just don't agree with that because I think these guys aren't getting fights. So was it a good move? Really? I don't know.
Yeah, I heard something else, but go ahead. I'm probably misheard what you said.
My bad. That's what I said.
I think you said like I worked with Drake. I BJ'd him. I was like, huh?
I worked at bjpen.com.
Oh, BJ Penn. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm kind of. I have a dirty mind sometimes. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Because I saw the story retweeted because I follow him, right? And he retweeted the story from I keep saying Yahoo. It's Uncrowned. I guess that's what it's called, right?
Yeah, Uncrowned. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't think? Or sorry. What's up, Lachi? He says, "Do we have any news? 312." I mean, this Usman and JDM fight is not official. Marcel talked to the guys at Tapology. They put a rumor now, so it might happen, but it's not official, right?
Yeah, that's it.
He's not wrong with the main card missing fights. We were talking about it, and this is not official. This is not a fight. It's even in the works, but we are thinking maybe Kai Kara-France and Manel Kopp, right? I'd imagine Kai's going to be in the card. Kai has to be in the card, right?
Yeah, maybe Hooker as well.
Hooker and Gaethje. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Do you guys think they continue to compete because they don't want to get regular jobs? I mean, they want to fight. They want to make money. This is their job. And the truth is, like, a lot of fighters, like, I'm not saying a lot, like all of them, because a lot of them have other businesses and stuff, but a lot of them, Marcel, are guys that, just they don't have a ton of other skills and they fight, so.
I'm reading Blake's comments.
Would you guys go to a Tyron Woodley or Ruben Carter concert? I saw James post that. Yeah, that's not good. I will say I thought it was hilarious that James follows Ruben on Instagram. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I saw that. What the hell? Yeah, whatever.
I thought that's funny. How can they earn that kind of money in the RW? RW, what's that? Oh, in the real world. Yeah, they can't. That's the thing. They probably can't. Gamrot Fiziev should be fighting on main event. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're wrong. The rematch should probably be 5 rounds. Jaeger's waivers money sign with GFL. He sued them. He sued Bellator or PFL, I should say. PFL. I don't know how it's going to work out. He's not talking about it, but he did sign with GFL. Who do you guys think should headline 313? That's March. I'd have to maybe Pereira. I don't know.
Pereira, yeah, that's
against Ankalaev. Yeah, it makes sense.
Let's hope.
How would PFL Europe champ the auditor? I don't even know who. I didn't watch it. I didn't see it. I like this best fighter all time with Longo Camp. I mean,
I would say Whiteman for a long time.
I would say Whiteman too.
Sterling.
Yeah, but Sterling's great too. I mean, they also had Sarah, right? He was there as well. Yeah. Champion. They've had multiple champions. Ally Quinto was a really good fighter.
Joe Scarola.
Who?
Joe Scarola. He's the guy that he's the guy that got didn't he got like in the like he didn't want to fight anymore in the Ultimate Fighter. And he was Matt Sarah's
Sorry, I forgot about that. You're right. Yeah. Oh yeah, Marab's there too. Yeah. I still like probably Weidman because I think out of all the guys we just mentioned, Weidman's like an obvious Hall of Fame fighter. I think, right? You think Chris will be in the Hall of Fame?
Honestly, he should be, I think.
I think he'll get in, especially for the knockout over Anderson, right?
That's what she said, yeah.
You guys had to give a financial who's fight of the year, Alex, earlier. We'll talk about it next week, Anton. I think that's fair because we're going to do our recap. So just give us a week to answer.
I have a pretty clear pick, but you will see later next week.
There you go. All right, let's go back to some fights. A couple more. Vince Morales, Elijah Smith. Yeah, this is Gilbert Smith's son. Yeah. I don't think he looked amazing as the Aaron Tao guy, but he's super young. He's talented. And Morales is like basically a gatekeeper, Marcel. 3-6 record. Smith will be a big favorite in this fight.
It's actually crazy that we had for years we had the Randy and Ryan Couture, and out of nowhere we have like a girl and a boy, let's say that, who are going to follow in their footsteps of their dads, right? Gilbert Smith.
Frank Mir?
No, like Elijah Smith for Gilbert Smith and Kennedy Freeman for Ian Freeman, right? So
I thought you were talking Bellamir or whatever. Frank Mir's daughter.
Yeah, but I mean in the UFC. Bellamir is not in the UFC,
Wait,
right?
Who's Freeman's daughter?
Kennedy Freeman. She's the Cage Warriors champion. She signed with the UFC this week.
Really? I didn't notice that. Okay.
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
What weight class?
135.
Nice. I didn't know. I know his daughter. I know Ian, obviously from the UFC. I knew his daughter was in MMA. I didn't know she signed with the UFC. I missed that news. I missed a lot apparently. Now that Colby's might be done with the Hall of Fame for his fight with Kamaru or his resume, I don't think Colby's a Hall of Famer by any means. That fight with Kamaru, I think both of them were pretty good fights, but there's so many other fights, Antoine, that should be in the Hall of Fame first, I think, that I don't think Colby even sniffs the candle. I think Kamaru, when it's all said and done, will be in, but Colby, no.
Francis Ngannou against Derek Lewis.
Hall of Sock. We'll put that. All right, let's go to the
Rose Namajunas against Carla Esparza, too.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's saying Carla should be in the Hall of Fame, I guess. And I mean, she was a 2-time champ. Yeah. Dustin Bukauskas and Rafael Sequeira. This guy had that crazy knockout loss in a minute.
So, guys, I got a lot of questions all the time about this. Is Rafael with 1 F or with double F? So he writes it with double F, but it's actually 1 F, but he prefers it with double F. He thinks it looks better, but it's just 1 F. So there you go.
I think he can still bounce back, though. I don't think Modescus is great, so I have to think about it more. But I'm not ready to write him off just because of that loss to Ebo. I think Ebo is pretty good, too. So
yeah, I agree.
Here's the fight I mentioned a little earlier. Terry Kaner, Greg Rodriguez. This was broken by Alex Bahunin, our good friend, who we had, I think, was it last week or a week before? I can't remember now.
Last week.
We had him on. Yeah. Yeah, great fight. I mean, do you have any thoughts on this fight?
It's a fun one. I want to see how RoboCop does against a legit top 10 guy, I'm sorry, I have the hiccups. And Jared needs to bounce back. So, yeah, let's see how it goes.
I don't know if the odds are right. I'm assuming RoboCop would be favored. I would think. But I don't know for sure because RoboCop's chin is still questionable in my opinion.
Got that Obama juice, right?
He's way younger though. Jared's 41, or he's 40 actually. He's turning 41 next year. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, listen, Molly McCann, she's been given the easiest matchups ever in the UFC. And this is another one. Marcel, this girl's 0-4, and it looks like they signed her to do another contract just so she could fight Molly. I mean, Molly's going to be minus 500 here, but yeah, I don't care either. Watch her land another spinning back elbow, win another bonus. Molly McCann's probably one of the most overrated fighters in the UFC, right? Would you agree?
Listen, the thing here is that Molly is a really nice person, so I really hate to say anything bad about her, but this fight is made for her to look good again, and 0-4. I mean, we were talking with other guys in the chat on the Discord, and they were like, who are they going to match Molly up with? And I say Marnik Man probably, and then I didn't thought about Estela Nunes was 0-4 actually in strawweight. So yeah, I mean,
they actually signed her to another contract just to get her another loss. It's crazy.
1-5 deal.
Lonzo Manfield, Umar C. I like this fight, and you know what? Lonzo is ranked 15th. I don't think C looked great in his last fight against Dawoon Jung. To me, it was actually kind of a bad fight. But I mean, Alonzo's also getting up there in age. He's on the decline. He did beat Dustin Jacoby though, right? So it wasn't that. It was last year. Yeah. Maybe he's not completely done. So I think C will be favored, but I don't think. It's
so I was watching the Omar C fight against Dawoon Jung, and Adam was like, see. So I was like, yeah, sorry, really bad joke, but whatever.
That's okay. I thought that fight was just not good. I don't think it was a good look. I thought Dawoon Jung won. Was it the second round? I can't. And he got cut after, right? Dawoon. He got cut.
He's not in UFC. It's crazy. I said before, we were pretty high in the beginning on Dawoon Jung, and we're like, yeah, John Young Park. He looked good, man. It's the other way around now.
He had some good wins, but also, I guess, in hindsight, when he had that draw with Sam Alvey, you probably should have known he wasn't good. Landed a fun fight here. Amanda Lemos against Yasmin Lucindo. You know what?
A little bit off the Lucindo hype train, right?
This is the time to hop off, you think?
No, you're a little bit off the Lucindo hype train.
I don't think she looked great against Marina. No, and I think Lemos is one of the best fighters in the division. She's also 15 years older. But this could be one of those fights where the older fighter wins. I think Lemos is still really fucking dangerous, guys, personally. Again, don't know the odds, but I think Lemos could win this fight. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a good matchup. It's a 3-round fight. It's in T-Mobile. It's on the pay-per-view. Probably not on the pay-per-view itself, but on a pay-per. Yeah, exactly.
It'll probably be like the second fight on the televised prelims or something.
I mean, I think it's a good matchup. It's like you can see if Lemos is still there, and if you can see if Lucindo is ready for the next step. So it's good.
I think Lemos is a really good fighter, man. Like the fight with was it Zhang? Is that who she fought? She went. Didn't she go 5 rounds with the champ? She did, right?
Yeah, she did. She got that Halle Berry cut, right?
yeah. Verna and Janon, could they match them up?
Yeah, why not? I think why not?
Because what's her name? Tatiana's getting a title shot.
Yeah.
Antoine thinks Doomer's going to headline UFC pair. William Gomin, the headliner. Antoine, don't put this in the universe, dude. Don't put that. I never want to see William Gomis fight for 5 rounds ever. You talk about a weasel, Marcel, the way he fights like a weasel.
William Gomis.
Has he ever had a fun, exciting fight in the UFC?
Yeah, when he was losing a round, probably. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm not high on the guy. All right. Here's another fight. This is official. Jan Blachowicz and Carlos Ulberg. There's odds for this one. It's minus 200 for Ulberg. I just saw them.
Disrespectful.
So, yeah, I mean, Jan is good. I think Jan could win this fight. The thing is, he hasn't fought in 2 years. He's 40. He's going to be 42 by the time they fight, and he's coming off like double shoulder surgery. I still think he's one of the best light heavyweights of all time, personally. I think Jan could win this fight. I think Ulberg should be the favorite, though. I agree with the odds with him being favored. I'm just not 100% sure. You have any thoughts?
Yeah, I kind of feel like that Ulberg looked a lot better against Ozdemir than I expected, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was still not sold on the dude, but I think he's pretty decent. We'll see, man, if he can match Jan Blachowicz. Blachowicz is a difficult fight for almost everybody, but we'll see.
Jan always he always overperforms his betting odds. Like he's won some of the most, I think maybe the most fights as underdog. Him or Darren Elkins, they're always underdogs and they always win. There's probably a few other guys I'm forgetting about, but yeah, I mean, it's just he's 42, dude. I think he might be the oldest guy right now in the UFC. It's possible. I'd have to look it up, but maybe Jim Miller is. I'm not sure. One of those two guys. Another fight for London, Mick Park and Marcin Tybura. Yeah, I just that's what I'm saying. Why does Kuniev get to fight Blaydes when Parkin could have fought him? He's 4-0. I think this is an acceptable step up in competition. I don't even know if Parkin wins. I think Parkin might lose. I'm just saying, why does Kuniev unranked guy get number 5 or whatever? That's to me weird. So, Tybura might win this fight and make it look boring, or Parkin could knock him out. That's kind of the two ways it would go, right?
Pretty much, yeah. We'll see, man. I mean, I think Tybura kind of got, he did well, but he kind of got lucky against Jonata Dinic. But Dinic was like a really low fight IQ, but going when he had a merit. And that's probably also why he has to fight down again now, Parkin, I don't think Parkin looks impressive at all, but he got a good win last time against Lucas Dreski, but who doesn't? Walter Walker. But I think Parkin can do work here in this one, but I'm not sure because I haven't been really impressed.
Is Jan Blachowicz top 10 light heavyweight of all time? 100%, right?
I wouldn't say 100%, but he's definitely one of the. I mean, 100%. There has been so many good light heavyweights.
Yeah, there has been.
So.
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe
he's up there. I have to. You know what? Maybe I take it back. I take that back. You're right. There's a lot. You're right. There's a lot. But yeah, I mean, he's very good. I think
he's super legit.
The thing is, though, light heavyweight's kind of bad now, but it was the marquee division for years. So I know what you're saying. Actually, kind of I want to take that back a little bit. Here's the other fight I was talking about. Talish and Shara just the top. But yeah, I mean, this guy. I actually think this is a much harder fight than the Lucas Dreski person.
Yeah, I think too.
Andrei Puliev and Christian Duncan. I mean, Duncan should win, but. This guy's another guy that's one of those tough guys to trust.
Yeah.
This is official. Dude, I can't remember if we talked about it last week. I'm not 100% sure.
No, because we had a preview and a recap, so we didn't.
Drakus and Strickland. Yeah, I mean, the odds are out for this one. Duplessis is the favorite, as you expect. I think Strickland's going to make it competitive, though. I know you're pretty sold on Duplessis. I have to think about it more, dude, quite frankly.
I think it's close fight, dude. But close. I always have to laugh how Strickland says Drakus. He's like Drakus. And a lot of people also now calling him Drakus. I think it's a good.
Isn't it like Drakus? Isn't that?
It's Drakus.
Drakus. Okay.
Drakus
Duplessis. All right, let's go to the next fight. Yeah, Zhang and Tatiana Suarez. And I'm not mistaken. I think I'll double check the odds. Suarez might be the favorite now. Check here.
I said
no. It's actually no. Zhang's the favorite.
If Zhang loses, she will lose to a specialist. So this is possible.
Tachi makes us a lucky guy, isn't he, Marcel? I'll just say that. I like Tatiana.
Yeah, Tatiana's good.
I think Tatiana could win this fight. I really do.
I think so too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick Tatiana, guys. I'm just gonna say that right now. I'm gonna have to pick her. I've always been high on her. I've always thought she'd be the champion one day. Here's her chance. Zhang's good, but Zhang's also, I think, beatable too. I think that's it, Marcel.
Yeah.
A couple other fights. These fights, I think we've talked about already.
Yeah, we did.
We'll pass on that. All right. We'll take another minute, guys. We'll just stay for another minute. Get out of here. I'm getting a little tired, to be honest with you. Ranger Bears offered parking before the knees even came up. Parking? Oh, parking. I think you say free parking or something.
Free parking.
Yeah, the fight for free parking. If Khamzat was challenger, what would the betting odds be? I think Khamzat would be favored over either guy, to be honest with you. And I'm not saying that he should win, but I think so.
That's how Vic calls his wife, free parking.
It's funny. Adam Fujit versus Islam Dulatov. This was announced.
Yeah. I have that on there as well. We talked about that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Dulatov will be a huge favorite. He probably destroys Fugit. Fugit's pretty tough. But I think it's finished. Any odds on Tati makes doctor on? Oh, man. If she fights, I think she's got a good chance to win. Rumors about Valenfiero UFC 3-3. It makes sense. Yeah. You know, there's also some rumors they might go back to Montreal. She's French. It could make sense there. They're obviously going to go back to France later this year.
Montreal.
Yeah. If they go, I'm going.
Yeah, awesome.
Rumor. His Warriors going on a title defense reign. I'll tell you right now. I mean, Zhang is the hardest fight in the division, right? So if she beats Zhang, I think she could beat everyone else, quite frankly.
Are you going to make a vlog when you're going to Montreal? Fight week, vlog week.
Yeah, I should, like Dana. Who would you pick between Waldo and Span? Probably Span, to be honest with you. What fight are you choosing in the biggest 2025? Antoine! We're going to do a podcast in 2 weeks with our breakout predictions.
Gotta wait, Antoine. Gotta wait.
We're making Antoine wait, but Antoine, we answered all your other questions about other stuff. So.
And if you're gonna be annoying, Antoine, I call your
he's
brother.
Not annoying.
Bruce.
He's just asking.
No, I know, but I'm calling his brother Bruce.
Who's Weston Wilson's fighting next? Dude, he had like submission, like plus 500 underdog against Jekka Sarigi or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like a prospect name for himself. Well, how about this, Antoine? We'll think about your question. If you want, you can send me a DM if you have any questions, and I'll answer them on that podcast. If you're like about breakout fighters, how about that? That's fair. How many chance will lose their belt? This is another question. I think it's a good one for the future podcast. Oh, and Jack Hermanson, yeah, that's a guy that hasn't fought. Oh no, no worries, man. Does you feel bad now?
No. He was in the elevator, just like Bruce and Die Hard, you know?
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's the best Christmas movie. Who will headline UFC Seattle? We don't know yet. I honestly have no idea. Mustafa being a good dog pick. He's got a chance. I think this is a much harder fight, personally. All right, Marcel, I want to get out of here, though. Let's end the podcast now, guys. Really appreciate everyone joining us for asking all these questions tonight. We'll be back next Sunday. We'll do the recap of 2024 in the UFC, and then we'll do another fight announcements. Hopefully there are some this coming week. And yeah, we'll just do that. And don't worry, Antoine, you're all good, man. We appreciate the questions. It's just that we want to save them because otherwise we won't have anything to talk about, quite frankly. And we got to do the show. We got to get paid, right? So we'll do that. All right, guys. Have a great week, everyone. And we'll see you guys soon. Take care. Peace.